Hello, I'm Dr. G. Vijay Pratap, lecturer in Zoology, SJ Government Degree College, Elmachile. Today I am going to teach about the Porifera general characters and classification. It's a very easy topic. Let us see the general characteristics of phylum Porifera. Grant the scientist has given the name Porifera. Porifera, the word is derived from two Latin words. First one is porous, the second one is fero. Here porous means pore, which means a small hole, and fero means to bear. So altogether Porifera means the animals which bears so many small holes on its body. And in the beginning, these animals are treated as some kind of plants, but its animal nature was first observed by the Ellis in the year 1765 when he was observed the water currents and movements of the oscula of these animals. So by observing these movements of the water currents and the movements of the oscula, he firstly noticed that these animals are having some kind of animal nature, and he suggested that they do not belong to the phylum plants. And after that, so many evidences are taken place, so many evidences are observed by the scientists, the eminent scientists like Linnaeus, Lamarck and Cuvier, and they all gather their evidences, and based on their evidences, these animals are placed in a phylum called coelentrates. But still further confusion is going on, and after that in the year 1816, the scientist D. Blainville, by study all these animals, and he kept them in separate phylum called Spongiaria. The phylum Spongiaria is very close to Protozoa. Now let us go through all the characteristics of phylum Porifera. And there are almost 5,000 species of sponges are available in this world. And all these plants can be treated as primitive multicellular animals. For the last so many centuries, they have been in the same form without getting any changes. Yes, and when you observe these sponges, these sponges can be called as multicellular animals, but there is no union of cells in order to form the tissues. So these animals have gathered cells, but they do not have any kind of tissues. And coming to the other point, these are all aquatic animals. Mostly majority of them are marine animals, but only one family called Spongilidae, this belongs to freshwater family because it lives in the freshwater. Spongilidae puriferans lives in the freshwater, and they are sessile. You know what the sessile means? They are attached to some place and sedentary, and they can't move from one place to other place. Okay, the movements are very less, and they grow like plants. But anyhow, these are beautiful animals, and their body is when you observe its body, their body is asymmetrical and radial symmetrical. They are round in shape or asymmetrical. They do not possess any kind of symmetry. And coming to the other points, and they are in different shapes, like there are some are cylindrical shape like vase, and there are some are branch like, and some are globular. Different shapes. They have different shapes, a pipe shape, round shapes, and they have different kinds of shapes. When you see when you observe all these sponges, they are in different colors. They may be bright colors, they may be dull colors. The bright colors like red, orange, purple, green, yellow, and the dull colors like gray, like pale colors. They are in different colors. And I already told you that. And when you observe its body, the body is perforated by number of pores, and these pores leads to canals, and these pores are called ostia, and all the canals are joined together, can be called as canal system. And one more point, you have to remember that here these animals do not possess any kind of organs. There is no formation of organs. Even though they are multicellular animals, there is no formation of organs like mouth and pharynx, intestines, liver. They do not possess any kind of organs in its body. Only canal system is present in its body. And the water, from which place the water enters the body? Through ostia. Ostia means, I already told you, ostia means nothing but a small holes covered all over its body, through which the water enter in its body. And after the ostia enter into the canal system, all this canal system is joined together and enters through the canal system, and through which it enters into the spongocoel, through which it comes out by an opening called osculum. It's a big opening. It is a mouth-like structure. Okay, and coming to the other point, they are diploblastic animals, and their body consists of ectoderm and endoderm. The ectoderm can be called as outer ectoderm, the endoderm can be called as inner endoderm. In between, there is jelly-like structure, a layer is there that is called mesenchyme. And the inner space of the dermis is maybe either hollow or maybe having some kind of numerous canals, and all these canals are lined with choanocytes. Yeah, the inside the body is having a spongocoel. Okay, a big vacuum like a canal, a big reservoir like structure, reservoir like place where the water is gathered, right? And coming to its skeleton system, so the skeleton consists of spongin fibers, siliceous spicules, or calcareous spicules. And in these animals, digestion is intracellular, and there is no excretory and respiratory organs. Coming into the freshwater forms, contractile vacuoles are present. Okay, then in the nervous system, sensory cells are probably not differentiated, and these points are monoecious or hermaphrodite. Remember that these two words are technical words. What is meant by monoecious and hermaphrodite? Monoecious and hermaphrodite means they are having both sexes in its body. And coming to the reproduction, and these sponges are performed both asexual and sexual reproduction. And asexual reproduction is done by the structures called buds and gemmules. And sexual reproduction occurs by the ova and sperms. Okay, sponges have the high potential regeneration growth. Important that point, high potential regeneration growth, because if they lost their body, then immediately they regenerated their body on their own. And internal fertilization is there, and cleavage, the development of the embryo undergoes to holoblastic cleavage, and in these animals larval forms are present. Example, amphiblastula or parenchyma. And these animals have a complexity of canal system, and this canal system can be divided into three types: ascon type, cycon type, and leuconoid type. And example for these animals may be cycon, spongilla, grantia, and euspongia. Now let us see the classification of Porifera. The phylum Porifera can be classified into three types. The first class is Calcarea or Calcispongiae. The second class is Exactnelida or Hyalospongiae. The third class is Demospongiae. Let us see the class 1 Calcarea. In the Calcarea name itself, the answer is there. And in this class, the spicules are made up of calcareous material. And they may be monoxan spicules, they may be triaxan spicules, they may be tetraxan spicules, they may be polyxan spicules. Based on their points of spicule, they can be classified like that. That spicules, all spicules are made out of calcium carbonate in the form of calcite or aragonite. Remember the point, in the form of calcite or aragonite. Another point is, in Calcarea class, all these animals can show asconoid system, cycnoid system, or leuconoid system. And they will also show single spongiocele cavity which opens to the outside through a single opening called osculum. All these spicules all these sponges are dull colored sponges, and their height may be less than 6 inches, very small spicules, and they occur in very shallow waters. That shallow waters, so low depth waters. So coming to the other points, all these animals are radially symmetrical animals, and they are having large choanozoid cells. And the class Calcarea can be divided into two orders. The first one is called Homocela. The second one is called Heterocela. Remember that, Homocela, Heterocela. And let's see the difference between the Homocela order and Heterocela order. In the Homocela order animals, the body wall is thin and not folded, whereas in Heterocela animals, the body wall is thick and folded. And coming to the spongiocele, spongiocele is internally lined by choanocytes, and here the radial canals only lined by choanocytes, not spongiocele. And coming to the Homocela, these are simple sponges. Example, Leucosolinia, Clatrina, Valenthus. Whereas in these heterocell animals, the spongiocele is lined by the endoderm cells, and they also show leuconoid and cycnoid system. And example for this order is cycon, grantia, and scypa. Right. Coming to the class 2, Exactnelida, they can be called as glass sponges because they are very transparent animals. And the skeleton of these animals is having siliceous spicules, and all the siliceous spicules are triaxon spicules. In some of the animals, the spicules are fused to form a lattice-like skeleton. Lattice-like skeleton. Remember that point. And in these animals, there is no epidermal epithelium, and they are cylindrical and funnel shaped. Right? They found in tropical seas, and these animals can grow up to 3 feet. It can be divided into 2 orders. This class Hexatenida class can be divided into 2 orders. The order 1 is Hexasteropora, order 2 is Ampidiscopora. Hexasteropora, Ampidiscopora. Let us see the both the orders. So order 1 Hexasteropora, order 2 Ampidiscopora. So the name coming to this order based on their spicule structures, because the spicules are hexasters. The hexasters mean the spicules are star-shaped spicules. And coming to the Ampidiscopora, the spicules are ampidiscs. Okay, and they do a disc-like structure. They are having 2 disc-like structures. See the peak here. See the peak here. Okay, here there are no hexasters. And coming to the Hexasteropora, they are having radial canals, and the chambers of the radial canals are flagellated but simple. But here, coming to the Ampidiscopora, these animals are attached to the substratum by root tufts. Right? And the Hexastera species, they attach to the hard objects, and they are not attached by root tufts. Okay? Example for this Hexastera sporus Eplectella, and example for this Ampidiscopora is Hyalonema pheronema. Hyalonema pheronema. Remember those words. Coming to the class 2 Demospongiae. This is the largest class in phylum Porifera, and many number of species are existed in this class. Right? In these animals, in this class animals, the skeleton may be having spongin fibers or cilispicules, or they may not be having any kind of skeleton. Almost spicules may be 6-rayed, or they may be monoxon, or they may be tetraxon, and they can be differentiated into large megascleres and microscleres. And shape of the body is irregular in these animals, and canal system is Leucon type. What is it called? Leucon type. As this is about the class 3 Demospongiae, and you see that the Demospongiae class again divided into 3 subclasses. Subclass 1 Tetracnelida, subclass 2 Monogenida, subclass 3 Keratosa. Again I will repeat it. Subclass 1 Tetracnelida, subclass 2 Monogenida, subclass 3 Keratosa. And subclass 1 Tetracnelida again divided into 3 orders. Order 1 Myxospongida, order 2 Carnosa, order 3 Corystida. Subclass 2 Monogenida divided into order 1 Hadromerina, order 2 Helicantrina, order 3 Pusillosclerina, order 4 Haplosclerina. Again I will repeat it again. Subclass 2 Monogenida again divided into 4 orders. Order 1 Hadromerina, order 2 Helicantrina, order 3 Pusillosclerina, order 4 Haplosclerina. Let us see all these orders. Okay, let us know about all these orders. Says Tetracnelida. Let us start with subclass 1 Tetracnelida. Yes, these points are solid and very simple and rounded and cushion-like, and flattened. They may be in different shapes. Okay, they do not have any branches. Okay, in these animals, skeleton comprised of tetraxon siliceous spicules, and the canal system in these animals is leuconite type. Okay, this can be divided into. I already told you this class can be divided into Myospongidae, Carnos, and Coristida. Order 1, Myospongida. These are having simple structure and skeleton is absent. Example is Ascarella, like Helisarca. Coming to the order 2, Carnosa. These are also simple animals, so that they are having simple structure. And in these animal species, spicules are not differentiated into megascleres and microscleres. Casters may be present in this order. Example, Placina. Order 3, Coristida. And in these in the order Coristida, the spicules can be differentiated into megascleres and microscleres. Example, Geodia. Subclass 2, Monogenida. A variety of rounded mass branching type elongated stalked with funnel fan shaped animals. They are in different shapes. See that here Cliona is there, Helicantana is there, Clada is there, Chalina is there. Okay, this can be again divided into 4 orders. See that Hadromerina. In this order, spicules may be megascleres and microscleres. Example, Cliona, Tethia. See Cliona, Tethia, and Helicandrina. These animals are also having simple structure and monoxan megascleres. Spicules are 2 types, monactines and diactines. Right? Microscleres are absent. Example, Helicandria. Yes, coming to the order 3, Poecilosclerina. And these monoxan megascleres are 2 types. Okay, monactines and diactines. And in these animals, microscleres are also present. Both megascleres and microscleres are also present. Example, Cladorhiza. Order 4, Haplosclerina. Monogen megascleres are 1 type, diactinal are present. Microscleres are absent. Okay. Example, Chalina, Spongilla, Keratosa. Yes, these animals are known as horny sponges. Horny sponges. And the animals are round in shape. The skeleton in these animals is composed of spongin fibers. And in these animals, spicules are not present. Okay, they're all found in shallow and warm waters. Example, Euspongia, Hippospongia. Euspongia, Hippo